Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? We're gonna be playing some Stanley Parable. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, we're gonna be playing some Stanley Parable tonight. How's it going, everybody? I want to give a shout out. Well, first we got two new follows in here. Really, it's just two: Galaxy Minder and Thundercat0626. How's it going, guys? Thanks so much for being here at the start of the stream. I also want to give a shout out to Miss Castle, Dragon Slayer, Brero, HX27, Juggy Tyler, Confetti, Cryptic Reaper, Ginger Princess. Man, oh man, we're not gonna be able to do this for much longer. The fifth thing, man, I have no idea. Her Crab, Dragon Slayer, did I say Dragon Slayer already? Ditto Master, Flame Wheel, Nico. Thanks so much for being here at the start of the stream, guys. I really do appreciate it. Helps the channel grow, and it makes me feel good about myself. And, you know, we all need a little pick-me-up sometime. So today we're going to be playing a game. And this game is called Stanley Parable. I know nothing about this game. I've never heard of it. Well, I have heard of it. Hang on. I've never heard anything about it other than you should play it. There's no specifics. There's no reasons. There's no rhyme to the madness. I know nothing. I know that there is something spoilery associated with Ditto Master 21. Thanks so much for the follow, buddy. My speakers are a bit loud. That might cause some reverb. I appreciate that, Ditto. Anyway. I want to start this stream and say if there's any backseat gaming, if there's any spoilers, you'll be timed out. And that'll be it. You just can't talk. No more. That's it. You're done. You're gone. That being said. Oh God, black screen. Why no working? Okay, there. It did not want to detect the screen. Hi. How's it going, Diffnu? How are you doing, buddy? Later, when there become too many people, you should shout out the first 5? Maybe. I'm German, nice stream. Well, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Bossy99. End is never the end. End is never the end is loading. I have no idea.
This
also,
is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Changed Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Apparently Mustang 51K was on the monitor. That lined up really nicely.
Say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happen. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
He got up out of his desk and stepped out of his office. Hang on, I want to do one thing. Audio, can I captions? Okay. Back. Resume the game. Okay, real quick. Giro, Mustang, dude, I have no idea. Myosame and Vossi99. Thank you so much for the 4 follows, guys. I really appreciate that. Look at that top left corner. Look at that follow train. Okay, I turned on captions. That's something that I always try to do in the beginning, but I guess I missed it.
All of his co-workers were gone.
There we go.
What could it mean?
Now we
Stanley
can
decided
see.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Apparently it wants us to go to the meeting room. I don't know where the meeting room is. Is it possible to lower the volume of the follow alert? It is. It would take me a second, though. Where's the meeting room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. The door shut behind me. Mildly creepy. Is this the meeting room?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Boss's office. Anything important here? Is this a puzzle game? I have no idea. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. What do people want? Money. Guys, more money. Things but money to buy more things. Guys, I want money. It's true. Bi-quarterly post-review. We need... Okay, and I'm done with this. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we won't. Up to his boss's office.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Dude's got some legit freaking hardwood floors, everything.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. This feels a bit like Portal now. I have no idea how I decide to play this. It seems like there's only been one option. Do I have a flashlight? Okay. Do I go down? Lovely. Max. Boom. No, wait, that's the wrong one. We needed just a timeout.
He felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion.
I pushed the
in
wrong
his
button.
chest,
Sorry, buddy.
As though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I feel like there's options right there that we're being presented with. We walk straight through the door. The narrator tells us what to do, to walk straight into the door that says Mind Control Facility. And then right next to it, there's the thing that says Escape. Was the door thing a choice too? Nah!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
His violent death. Do we believe that? Is the narrator, like, screwing with me?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Is it actually death? It might have been! Oh, no, wait. I can't move. I can't get out of it.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Wow.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and...
How do I get out?
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly.
What is happening?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Apparently, I did just die.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path to Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layer, though the core layers of first iteration. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches two doors in a good time. The two doors. The set of two doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parables design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. I can't open the doors? Okay. Button sounds. The selections of the sounds used through the games when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Okay. Filing cabinets. Office computers. This guy's playing solitaire. Employee database. It's just, I can't read it. Credit. What? Did we beat the game? Was that the what? I have no idea. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Is this like credits hall? I'm so confused. After the second trailer we sent out, We asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these and further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Will the game feature capybaras? Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I don't care. No worries, Juggy. Am I still in the game? Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created March. Huh. Game design mock-up.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I'm so confused.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice.
Benny.
But if you do choose it, don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
My brain hurts too, and it's just black. This isn't me. I don't think it froze. We did just get crushed. Are we supposed to sit here? Are we supposed to wait? What are we doing? No, it definitely didn't crash. This is odd. Am I supposed to begin the game again? I think I'm supposed to begin the game again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, there are a lot of endings.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Lightly, Ari. Am I supposed to... I missed something. There's a door that's open over there. There's no jump. I can't. I guess this time I just have no choice but to do this. Next time we're gonna take this secret door.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No. No. Boop. Guys got warnings. I don't want to pick up the phone. Do I have to? Can I unplug it? Oh, I can!
A white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I sure did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day.
You are
Stanley
filled with
picked up
determination.
the phone. He's taken to his apartment
Let's
where
go
he
on
finds
eyebrows.
his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Can you
Music comes
untime
in,
out
fade to
Anders
white,
for me, though?
Credits. It's actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
No, that's
How had I
not
not
possible.
noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
How's it
Well,
going?
I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this
What is happening?
instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical
Are we in
real person
Fallout
named
now?
Steven has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
What?
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice
Look at the
that does not
size of
conform
that
to
thing.
rational logic.
Somebody
If you
once
find
told me
yourself
the
speaking
world
with a
is
person
gonna
who
roll
does
me.
not
I
make
ain't the
sense, in
sharpest
all
tool in the
likelihood,
shed.
that
I
person is not real.
can finally
Allow
donate,
the person to
even
finish
if it's
their
just
thought,
a euro
then
long.
provide an excuse why you cannot continue
Nikolai.
talking.
Thanks,
Turn to a
buddy.
partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally,
49,000
if you
choices a
wonder if
day.
your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You
We're in
may
a
have
totally
noticed
different
that
place
the room has
now.
begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please. Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying
There's the
senselessly
door. You
halfway
see
through
it?
the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Oh, is it gonna
Just
put
need
me
to get
on
you
it?
home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
There's no nothings. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. No jump button.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction, perhaps we're not too late.
No! Where do I really have no other options? It's all disintegrating. It's all dying. Things are glitching. Do I have no other options in this? I can't go this. I can't do it this way.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did
The
you
dog
get out
miter.
of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What? It's like a funhouse room.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Whoa, bro.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
The amount of contempt in his
story.
voice.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
I can't get in there. It just cut.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Whoa.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we go through the door on the right?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
We hit a
responsibly
loop
and
point.
always putting the story first.
If I go
promise
right,
you'll be up to the
it
task.
loops
Just
back
follow my
here.
lead
Hang
and
on.
you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I want to do it
he entered
one
the
more
door on
time
his left.
and see what happens.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
We've hit a
That
loop
means
point.
choosing
What is
responsibly,
happening?
always
What
follow
is
the
this
story
game?
first.
How does this work? What are the things? Oh shoot, I just...
Right. When Stanley came to a set of
I think we
2
don't have an
doors,
option other
he
than to
entered
go through the door on the
his
left. And it's shut, yeah? Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There's no options for this room. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
There was a
upstairs to his
downstairs
boss's
last
office.
time we did this, wasn't there? There were stairs there. It's changing. There's a glitch in the Matrix. What's going on? Huh. This used to have a thing above it. It was like the executive bathroom. The office changed.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Is there another thing?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. We're not gonna do it. We're just gonna stand here and wait for the mean guy to yell at us.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
The face cam break? Face cam looks fine on my end. I won't do it.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing,
Jesus.
your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for
Oh,
his choices.
God,
He
he's so
knows what it
mad at
means
us.
to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did
I
you
tried, but then you looped me back.
Give it to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered.
What is this?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Are we really getting credits right now?
Make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step
What?
forward.
What?
Please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you could ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
This might not be the end. I don't know.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay. Back to the office?
All of his co-workers were gone.
That was the end.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't be fooled, Nims. This game is a brain breaker.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
So because we made a wrong decision, is it getting messier?
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad
Fired.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
There's also a thing down
I
there.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
He's
others?
so
Are
angry.
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, he did not like that. He didn't like that the littlest bit.
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked through
It's like, no! Red door. The text even changed. Oh, the blue door's behind us.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Because this is what you wanted to
Help
see.
elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
I like
With me,
skill
you've given
trees.
me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let
Tell
me
you
take a
what.
stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Is this gonna be the aliens?
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I really want to do this one though. What is this? I want to. It was take the left door, take the right door, or take third option. We could take third option door. Princess Fluffy Tails.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, Tell me about your experience with this version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Dude, the narrator is Euron Greyjoy. He is king of the Salt Throne.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
In his soul.
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Where there's supposed to be ceiling lights, there's just textures. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? You are objectively ranked 9,328th out of 9,328 players worldwide. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, it's a very meaningful.
What is this?
It's all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message...
Are we gonna kill a baby?
Once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh. Oh. This is disgusting. This is gross. Is there... This is so terrible. I think we just go bye, baby.
You heartless bastard. Because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
Out of curiosity,
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
if you were to successfully do that for 4 hours, would the game tell you? Would it give you something?
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
You get an achievement.
Yes,
Okay.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Whoa!
Well, Stanley, one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. Don't make it from now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where's he at?
This will go here.
There's no jump.
Here. And then...
I literally just got an achievement that's called "You Can't Jump."
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
Dude, that's a pro house.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your
upon the work of art.
inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Do I have to? I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Oh, it's like freaking beta Minecraft. This is such an old version. Better than your builds, Kappa. Ow! That hurts. It cuts deep. That cuts like a knife. I'm so bad at building aesthetically. I guess there's no other option. I can't destroy things. Can I shut the door? I'm trying to click.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Out of diamond. Okay.
Everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh! It's even playing Minecraft music! This is slightly modified Minecraft music. Gotta be real. Oh, the physics are so sliding.
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Oh, look at that old gravel texture. Wow. The freaking bootleg Minecraft. And like, man, oh man.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
New game? This is Portal!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
What?
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
I'm playing Portal right now.
Genius.
What?
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
No?
I don't care much to see you stumble through anymore.
This is like Portal meets Stanley Parable. Because this is like the behind the scenes in Portal 2. Oh, I fell off. What is happening? There's so many options here. I know as soon as I go through one of these doors. This is super dark for me too, guys. No, it stayed open. We found a light at the end of the tunnel. $427. This is us. Did we just loop all the way back around? It's so dark. Okay.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Who's that girl that we
Once
got
this
the
ends,
one
after
time?
it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
My hands were right here. I didn't do it. And it just looped. We gotta play Minecraft and Portal.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
We got nice music now.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That guy's got a mug that says, "Who farted?" I like how there's nothing for 432 to do other than sharpen his pencil. Hey, Lamau. Is there, what is this? Username access?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The game does not like that we came down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he moved down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion
The
that it
fifth
had been
thing.
on the
See you
tip of
later,
his
man.
tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Can you
He
move
thought
your
to
camera
himself,
slightly
"I
to the
suppose
right?"
I'll wake up soon.
Sure.
Back
Hang
to
on.
my
I'll have to
boring
do it after
real-life
this
job
dialogue.
pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to
Whoa!
float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and
Let's do it.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could
just
it be?
loops.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Not a dream. Dude didn't wake up.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was...
Is that us? Are we
by the
dead?
body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna move my webcam super quick. There we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to do
This
something.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was but eager to get back to business,
We have
Stanley
2
took the
more
first
paths
open door
this
on his
way.
left.
Now you're thinking about your life?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I want to answer the phone.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your
You can
trust
see it in
in
my
someone
hair,
else can be
the
difficult,
green.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make.
What if I
every
just jump
decision
off?
by
Hang on.
yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
And plunged to his
Everyone
death.
thinks you are very
Good job, Stanley. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay, let's try that again. There's an open door down there.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
420 Lamau.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the
I think
first
we have an
time
option
understood
here.
true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there, just a kind of, tingle.
We hadn't had this dialogue before.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can I make it to the ground? Okay, chat, riddle me this. Can I make it to
Stanley
the
was so
ground,
bad at
or am I
following
just gonna jump off to
directions,
my
it's
death
incredible he wasn't
1,000
5 years ago.
times? I'm gonna try to jump onto one of the box trucks.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
No,
Good
you
job,
die.
Stanley.
Okay.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Chat spam very powerful. You will always die. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
This is a
Stanley
different...
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? What? Where? What? This is not our office.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach.
This is different
feeling in a
dialogue
way he
again.
had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Apparently, I'm in love with the room. What the what?
Madly. Love. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yes, it's my fault, narrator.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
You think there will be one more? Maybe one more? The game was trying to send me a message that there's not going to be any more dialogue, but that seems like a ploy that there really will be more dialogue. Won't it? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any more dialogue. Goodbye, room. You're beautiful. Never change. Your color schemes are unlike any
The
others.
amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
What if I land
realize
on
that
the
investing
boxes?
your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
a
story
door
has been
down
about
there,
nothing
though.
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, Jesus. God, I forgot that the light was like that, and it scared the crap out of me.
To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Whiteness? Do I live in apartment 427?
You? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Who makes homemade bread?
All right. Okay, there
I'd believe
we
it
go.
more if it was
All
like
right, now,
lasagna.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Ooh. Ooh.
Gotcha.
That was weird.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Ouch!
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry.
Whoa!
My story now.
God, that scared me too. Are we about to play a horror game? Whoa! That's freaky. Don't do
This
nothing
is a very
weird.
sad story about the death of a man named
About the
Stanley.
death of a man named Stanley. Press 8 on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential
get out.
nature of his existence.
Can I push any other button? I pushed 8 again. 9, 0, B. No.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might
This
even
game is gonna give me an existential crisis!
his life.
Anything else? C8, same time? No. ASD. JKL semicolon. QWER. QWERTY. No. GXCB. No.
But in his mind,
I tried.
in his mind,
I tried.
he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press R to watch TV. C, V, backspace, enter, escape. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. No.
and so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he
Keep
stepped
looking
up from
around.
his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I can't get over there.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
We haven't seen a
And he
yellow
called
line.
it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over.
So
wishing
we're
beyond
playing
hope
a
that it would
game
never
that
end,
we
that he
imagined?
might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Maybe I
How can
shouldn't
I
have
get him
done
to
it.
see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Can I just chill?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll
Sounds like
try
you're in a
once more
coma.
to
Maybe
prevail
the
this
thoughts. I'm
time.
always open to
I'm
suggestions.
compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? And now we're back
All of
in
his co-workers were gone.
real
What could
office.
it mean?
Was that an end?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
SCP containment breach is pretty intense. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So we answered the phone. The only thing that I could have done better or different that I noticed, and no spoilers, the only thing I could have done different is don't push the button if I don't actually push the button. So, oh, no, oh, okay, decision. Do what he says this time? Okay, okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoosh. See, now it's executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Oh, and we always forgot to take that door on the left, too. It's like the music I played before the stream started. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Is never the end? Yeah, you still have the door on the left and the right-hand door. Okay, okay. Save what the narrator wants you to do for last. Stream starting soon? Stream starting soon. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. I want to give a shout out to Ginger, Nico, Flamewood. Did we just hear moaning? Extreme bathrooms. Hot. Kappa. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Welcome back, buddy. Music's. Did anything happen? Does it even move? It doesn't even move. It's just a distraction. Doors Monthly. Shapes. Dude, Shapes, the best magazine. What if can I... Okay, so I can actually touch different arrows. So, like, let's go down. No, let's go up. Up. College stuff. Hopefully it's been going well. I don't think there's anything I can do here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
I can't actually grab anything.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This dialogue is different.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Door's locked. Can't go backwards. No, we're not moving. Okay. So...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. It's like, Professor X's freaking mutant finding room.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
Wow.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No, Stanley did not. There's no jump. There's no nothing. Can I squeeze? Nope. Nothing. Nothing. I can't click. I don't think I have any choices yet.
Now the monitors jumped to
Whoa.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind
Fired.
control facility
Who got
was
fired?
too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I can't push the button again. There's a couple of dudes that got fired, though. What would that be? 601? What's that guy that's got like red all over his screen? 28? What was my number? It's like 4 something.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's
Pirate?
control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
427.
Had he truly
Okay.
spent his entire
Too late.
life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I can't turn it on. I want to turn it on. 104 was also fired. Is that important? The narrator is having way more fun with this. True. Now, these buttons aren't even lit up. What's going on over here? I think the narrator would be pretty cool unless he narrates your nighttime activities. I can't click any of the buttons. There's 1, 2, and I see 4 up there. No, I can't get there. Interesting. 1, 2. 3. And then there's a 4 up there. I'm just pushing them in order. I have no idea what's going to happen. Does something even happen? I don't know. There's a 5 over there. 4. There's 5. Anybody see 6? I can't push this one. I'm clicking, but there's nothing. I feel like we're skipping something. I want to know what love is. Maybe we're 6. Is it hidden under a desk? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna maybe go through facility power. Brazenator, how's it going, man? It has been a while. How are you?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
That's a big old red screen.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators...
We're gonna blow up! We're gonna explode! This is awesome!
How long until detonation then? Let's say...
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't
Oh.
it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
142
Until the bomb goes
521.
off. What precious moments each one of them is.
Okay, everything is showing 2.
About me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know
2?
where to start.
Let's try pushing 2 again.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before
This
your
door just closed. It was open. That was my escape plan.
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely
creepy.
in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground.
It's telling me to push
swallowing
2.
everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
They're 521 142.
With on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I don't know. That's exactly what I did.
That something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at
1.
you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
He got us.
Buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that?
He got us.
That this video game
He got us.
one you solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Oh,
To see you
damn.
made humble. This is not a challenge.
It was 427.
You wanted
But there's
to
not a
control
7.
this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
There's no 7 though. There's a 6.
Will you cling desperately to your
427.
or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Ah!
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in.
I
until
can't
the
even
moment
walk
I
up
say,
the stairs.
"Hurry up."
Was there... Just riddle me this. Was there a code? 427. Yeah, I'm 427.
Workers were gone. What could it
That was
mean?
an end?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There is a code. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
We're gonna
not
do
the
something a
corridor
little
to the
different.
Meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a
It's
much
new
smaller
dialogue.
version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little.
He started to
This
bleed a
made him
little,
smile.
and that made him
At
smile.
last, proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so we still need to do this, yeah? We've done everything else, except for maybe...
Stanley was so bad at
Nope.
following directions,
Damn.
it's
I forgot
incredible
that
he
door
wasn't 5
closed.
years ago.
That door just closed too. Is there a choice in that room?
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
There was a
You'd
choice
better
here I
either
didn't
get
even
comfortable
know of.
right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to
He
the bottom
bets.
floor. I bet you can make it.
Is he just
Come
like...
on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Do it, do it, do it, do it! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! Think maybe if we like land in these boxes? Is the door open? Is there anything that we could do otherwise? Do it, Kappa! Okay, I think this is it. I think we're just gonna tease. Into the boxes?
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy.
Okay, okay.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What is this dialogue? That's new? What? If there's actually someone back there, I'm gonna be super freaked out. I mean, yeah, this is unsettling. Where did this dialogue come from? I'm creeped out, man. Get out from behind me. I gotcha. No, okay. Gotcha. No, okay. Man, just with that pure white window there, just imagine if just like a little head just whoop and then retracted. Maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge.
The lounge.
What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room.
Does he just say what a room over and over?
What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
There's the meeting room, but we have this fantastic little arrow going down that we obviously need to push. What a room, what a room. Oh man, what a room, what a room.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
We've got the narrator
here
confused.
it's, left.
Left. Red button OP. It is. What a button, what a
Oh,
button.
no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
He got us.
No.
What are you doing?
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
I don't know. What were you thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Papers rustling. Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Is this the... Her. That's my villager questioning noise. Her. No, can't get through any of them. I was curious. This looks like the trucks, the box trucks that are in that one storage room that we tried to jump on that one time and died. How do we do this?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Okay, we just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time,
He's
suppose
so
we
mad
don't
at
wander
us.
so far off track, Okay. From the top.
Oh! That was the end!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Nobody's
Perhaps he had
following us
simply
this
missed the
time.
memo.
Yeah, literal spoiler alert.
When Stanley... Wait.
Whoa.
What? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over completely.
What?
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
Hold
I'm
on.
asking you. I'm the one who wrote the story.
I don't know why you're asking
A
me.
minute ago. I know for sure.
What's happening in this video game?
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
We're gonna find the story. I want the story behind the chairs. So we've got left door, right door, left door. We've got right door, and right door. Let's go left door. Oh, okay, left door and left door were all the same.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well,
No,
I find it unlikely
don't
that
restart
we'll
it again.
progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
He just killed it! Were they all just gonna loop around on each other?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Yeah,
room.
bad GM.
Perhaps he
Bad
must have
GM.
missed a memo.
Yeah, it's like if you roll a nat 20 on your perception check, and then you're like, oh yes, your character, the world zooms out, and the character sees himself as a still. What's happening this time?
Okay, yep, it's worse.
On a table
You
with
remember
like
in
5
the
giants around the
It's
table, and
possible
then you
the
just
story is
describe the
back
game
where
in
we
meta.
just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Man, I'm gonna be so freaked out if I see a person one time.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
What?
Story. Here it comes.
How is that architecture even possible? Look at this. Here's the hall. We move maybe 10 steps to the right, and then it loops back. We should be intersecting with the hall that we just did.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back.
How? What?
Steps.
Okay, we're gonna go back. Wait, no, wait. Let's try going back one more again. No, okay. It's different this time. Ooh. 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 This is like zombies now.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Well, you had to make it, buddy.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work.
We
It
win!
really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't
We
feel bad
win!
about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
We just got restarted again. Oh, this is the yellow lines option. It talked about this once.
All right, I've got a solution.
It's the adventure line. TM. Copyright.
Follow the line.
Trademarked. Patent pending. What if we... Can we vary? Is there anything... This guy left his computer on. I feel like frickin' Dorothy. Ooh. 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 This is new.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a
Yes.
story?
Yes, it would be.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
It did get a little weird.
All that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Insert dubstep. Death metal. Wow. Wow, the adventure guy got a little crazy there. What? The adventure line is losing its mind. What is happening right now? Wait, what is... What just happened? It just looped weird. Did you see that? It just looped in a weird way. There was another room that had stuff, didn't it? Is my brain melting right now? What's happening? There was something, right? I'm like salivating. There was something there, right? There was another room that had the line. This wasn't the something just cut. There was something else. I swear there was. Wasn't there? Somebody riddle me. I'm losing my freaking mind, man. Da 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 da. Okay.
Go back and look at that fern.
Go back and look at the fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I lost my mind a little bit there. I swear. There was another room. Wasn't there? There was another room. I swear to God. I swear to God there was another room. Wasn't it? There was. Please. Someone tell me if there was another room. Oh. Da 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 da.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Is 425 where we came from? I'm scared to go past this door. we're back at this place.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done
Line
this to us?
trademarked.
And after we
Patent
tried,
pending.
after everything
Copyright.
we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Yeah, screw the adventure line. I would hump it right now if I had a shift.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. No lined.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new
path together, us and narrator.
story to be. Go wild.
I envision myself. I am a beautiful princess waiting for my knight to come rescue me. This geometry is impossible. I don't feel like a beautiful princess.
Oh no, not you again.
The line. Da 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 da.
Our awesome new story.
Why?
Lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It trademarked, patent pending, copyright, LLC. I don't know anymore. Oh, there it goes.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
We get to
From
make
here,
a
the story
decision.
is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead
I'm
somewhere,
walking backwards.
which means that
Does this make you
somewhere,
crazy?
the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
Let's rock the right
And that
way.
in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Can't open that door. What if we just chill for a second? Does this do something? The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight
Times, and after a long time, Stanley
Really
dies.
how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
When the fifth
Wall.
restart.
Well,
Narrator
you
forgets
consulted
about
me.
previous
Why
restarts.
don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
The narrator is narrated.
Will
Narratorception.
Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't
I
you
mean,
agree?
yeah, being stuck in purgatory
If we're in the
would be a
destination
story,
or the journey,
maybe?
Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Well, What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And the narrator forgot everything. Which door am I supposed to take to continue with this
The
ending?
door on his left.
I don't remember. Which door am I supposed to take? I didn't look at the wall. Chat, help me out here. Which door am I supposed to take in order to continue the confusion ending? Left. Is it left? Middle? Lounge? I just got conflicting reports. What to do? What to do? Left, middle, left, right. Take left, left, go right. Go through the ceiling light. I can't. There's no jump. Right, left, or straight. There's no door in the ceiling.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead.
Do
to
we
the
do
opposite
this
door,
again?
And got back on track.
Or is this gonna loop the entire thing?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from
If I
here,
chill right
it's,
here, can I get through it?
Oh, no.
No!
To the right.
No, I can't! It's just like, nope! Joke's on you!
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what?
Okay.
No.
So this is just on the same track.
Started the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I
We're gonna try
asking
this
you?
story.
I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I think it all just loops back on itself. I don't think there's anything for us here. Yeah, wow. We're back at the room. It just looped back on itself. It's like a staircase that never ends. It just goes up into itself. Go
I'll say
right,
it.
right.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I tried.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I need to do the apartment, but not push the button again.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I'm remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
We're gonna be able to see if the adventure line was really extra things! Woo! Maybe. You want to see desk 421? There's nothing here. Username, access, and then gibberish. It's not even... there's nothing nothing to see there.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story.
And we also need to go through the red door.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I'm losing my
You
mind.
know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put
I didn't
in any
work for
actual
it.
work for
I
that
didn't
win.
work for it.
Some
I'm
people
sorry.
win fair and square.
Doctor,
And this was not
how's it
one
going,
of those
buddy?
Situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded
See you later,
out by
Max.
whatever this
Have a good
place
night.
is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
So this is where he introduces the adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, so if we ignore the line, he just tells us, no, go back to the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination?
Yes.
even if there's no
We've had
story
this.
there?
We've had this
Or to put it
conversation,
another way,
narrator.
Is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa,
I can get back that
hang
way.
on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Da 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 da. Okay. This room is way longer now. Isn't it? Am I having an aneurysm? My brain hurts. It's here! I was right! I was right! Oh! Look at this! Hang on! Look at the financial records wall! It goes back! It says corporate balances! There's things! And then there's no... What? What do we do? There's extra stuff! Which way do we go? Which one? Which one? Does it just loop on itself? Is it all the same? Is it different? Is life even... Are we even making conscious decisions ourselves? Does life exist? This is it! Wait, what? 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 And now it's gone! Ow! My brain! What? If I have an aneurysm, if I stroke out, you guys save me. Someone come give me CPR. Is that what you do with the stroke? Ow! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is our fern.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I think he's making fun of us.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Maybe we could have. Narrator. What? What?
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Okay, so we did get confirmation that the line was doing funky things.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it
Excuse
ever done
you.
for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting.
I was a princess. I was a beautiful princess with long, flowing blonde hair. I was Rapunzel.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready
curious.
for it.
Let's go backwards. Seems to loop forever backwards, too.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm not acknowledging you, line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
I'm good. I'm just going to stand here.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counterinverted
Does anyone follow this?
door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right...
Have you tried not leaving the office? I don't think we have.
Logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Okay. This is our 5th restart.
Hold up, what's this?
Follow the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the office that would be attempt to make up a story. Narrator restarts the game. No longer an office, simply backs place.
Eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
So, okay.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Find the line again.
Well,
Begin following the line.
me. Why don't
Okay.
I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
Somebody screenshot this! Somebody screenshot it! What are we supposed to do? If we find the line again, do we follow the line?
I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? What? So, okay. I guess now we just wait.
Find the line. Follow it.
I suppose in some way
replica,
that this is a
make
kind
up a story.
Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey.
Or
and
did we
not the
already make
destination.
up the
So I
story?
hope that's where we
We
are
should
right
be on the
now.
7th
We'll
restart.
find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in
Or
the
does this
meantime-
actually happen? Does leaving the office do anything? Or not leaving the office do anything? I can't interact with anything. How would I get to that filing cabinet? Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much
Miss
for any
Castle,
man
you
to
always
take.
kill me.
He
Pizza
fell to
sounds
his knees,
delicious.
bursting into half moans,
This is
half sobs, the guttural
a new
wretched
dialogue?
cry from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Wasn't the line back there? I didn't see it, Myers. Did you?
Opened passageway.
I see no line.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Maybe we'll try to put in the wrong code next time. That's a good question, Ziff. The yellow streak through the door before the boss's office? Was it really there? Did I miss it?
The monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I mean, there's no going back now. The door is closed. The way is shut. And the dead
This
guarded.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There's 2 white ones there. Blank one. 3. There's a few blank ones.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that
We've got a few more endings to do. But, like, the last one that I want to do is like the end of the stream. We'll do exactly what the narrator wants us to do the entire time.
Let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
There's this door. It opened up.
You think you do, for example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized
Try 521 or 421 buttons. Okay.
Emergency detonation system.
The red pit should be significant.
Activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than
It
what
just
I
shut
had
the
in
door
mind.
on me.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere
Okay,
moments
521,
until the bomb
521.
goes off. But what precious moments each
5
one of
is
them
this way.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
5.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of
See,
silence
521.
before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you
No.
free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
So then we'll try
Sometimes
142.
when I tell it, I simply let you
Nothing
sit there in
changed.
your office forever,
1.
pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
I already
Or
tried
let
pushing
it
them
burn
in
to a
order.
crisp.
4.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested
There's
away
no
from
code?
You, it's quite rich.
So dang it, so we just looped back around and got the same ending.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next
I thought we could
round
maybe
will
hide in this
be
door,
even
but it
better.
just auto shut
My
because we got
goodness,
close to
only
it.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock right now. These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Where's Pink?
Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Where's Pink?
That's
There-
Stanley.
no.
That this video game can be beaten.
What? What?
Unsolved? Do you have any idea what
Where's
your
Pink?
purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb
There's
go
Pink.
off each time you fail. Just you and me in the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
There is no
Take a look
7
at the
for
clock,
me to
Stanley.
push.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No
Reset it now?
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
If we reset, we take away his satisfaction. Maybe.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by
That's
himself.
different
He
dialogue.
needed support and guidance from
Weird.
So the thought of total
So resetting doesn't actually reset. And Myers says he thought he saw the yellow line.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now press 2, the big red. I don't even remember how to get to the big red. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. Nope, it's not in me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
I'm gonna see if Myers
Stanley
was
decided
right.
to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a
There's a
staircase,
window?
Stanley
What
walked
window?
upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, boss's office. Nothing in the bathroom. Nothing in here. We've already tried the elevator. We're gonna try to put the
Stanley
wrong
entered
code
his
in.
manager's office.
It was
Stanley
right there?
Once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered.
Oh, okay. It just says
Desperate for
executive
answers,
bathroom.
He
Okay,
began
okay.
turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation. Until
We're gonna put the
last,
wrong
he
keys in.
discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. but alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below.
We're gonna
his
put like
feet.
111
So the
in.
boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what 2845.
He's very upset with us. There was a broom closet. Yeah, we can start doing a few spoilers because, like, I understand it now.
The panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened by itself.
The emergency override kicked in.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. Good job. Okay. Is this it? I couldn't get back out. I was trying to get out.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door.
We haven't
to
taken the
mind
escape
control
path
facility.
since the very beginning.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had
Are there any other
opportunity to turn
options in
around and
here?
get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted
When you
effort
see
to
the broom
walk
closet,
forward
please go
and
in it.
willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Guys, remember that one time we got to play Portal in Minecraft?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the
So this is a
enormous
new narrator narrating the
single
narrator.
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Reset now? Okay. So 4:35.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It's a new. We've seen this once before, and it didn't make sense then.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Is
doors,
this the
he
go
entered
through the
the
door? Is this the red door?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an
There's
answer
the broom
there.
closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I have a feeling if we stay in here, I have a feeling the narrator's gonna be very upset with
There
us.
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing
Everybody's
anything.
really excited that we're in the broom closet.
With, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Just doing straight up.
Really still in the
Yeah,
broom
you're below.
closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Why?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Dude. It's okay. We just want to chill. The scent of the mop bucket just makes me feel like I'm at home, you know?
Realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?" The broom closet
Chat! This is chat right now!
friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, why'd you have to go there?
Of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hey, hookers are people too.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
You're
You got to
dead.
this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer.
Just move the
Ensure they
corpse
understand
and then someone else sit down and play the game.
Video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is that the end? Is that the end? Or does he get mad at us one more again? One more again? One more again? No, I think that's gonna be the end.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. Guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to...
So how do we get to the
office.
red door again? I don't remember how to do that. Wasn't it down? No, this was space and time. Wasn't it? This is where you're dreaming?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet?
Who
when he looked
knows?
down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to...
I just want to go through time and space one more time, please.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't...
Okay. Begin the game again. Yeah, you're gonna have weird dreams tonight. You and me both, buddy.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
You have to go right at the doors, then go straight instead of left.
He entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
so
lounge
right,
first, just
then
to
straight
admire
instead of left.
it. It was okay.
Apparently, we
But
got
eager to
all
get
of the
back to
things here.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What next, Miss Castle?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible.
So we have
he
like
wasn't fired years ago.
3 options here. We trigger the platform and step off, then we have to die. We go through that door. We go up here and okay, so 4. We go up there and answer the phone call, or we go up there and unplug the phone. Jump on the catwalk. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Up, down, left, right, BA.
Losing your
That's a
trust in
Konami
someone
code.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration?
I love that reaction.
Are you
What?
that convinced
Really?
I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove.
Here they are.
Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully. This is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Okay, now we'll go through the red
Stanley
door.
walked through the red door.
Red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Which door do we take? It should be the same door. Loading?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What is this? I can't tell what it is.
Here. Yes.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
We found a spaceship,
We
guys.
Stay right here, right in this moment with this place. Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
This is new. So narrator doesn't hate us. Maybe. Oh, wow. Look at all the pretty colors. Are we in Fantasia? The big blue is gone. Oh, there's lights coming back. Wait, what? And the paint splotches are gone. Wait, what? Fantasia? It's like that, what is it, the 1940s Disney movie that was recently done in, well, recently, Fantasia 2000. It's where music, or like Disney animators, interpret classical orchestral music. It's pretty good. Should watch it. Don't do drugs, kids. You'll see things like this, and that's bad. You shouldn't.
Wait. Where are you going?
Narrator's gonna be bad.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
If I go back, does he get happy? I feel a little bit bad. Oh, they're now like purplish red.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Okay. It's gorgeous. That is kind of trippy. Don't do drugs, kids. Okay, let's try again. This makes my brain tingle.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Ooh. 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 It's the option is kill yourself. I can't open that.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Yep, sure thing, buddy. Oh, there's an invisible wall. I can't jump off the edge. That's what I was gonna do. I wanted to jump off into the pretty colors. Okay. Okay. You aren't the type of person that can just listen to orders, are you? No, I mean, I can. What if there's a better way? I couldn't jump off the edge over there. There's an invisible wall. We only have one option, and that's suicide. I feel like this is Inception. Like the only way to escape from the dream is to lay your head on the railroad track.
Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I'm sorry, narrator. We must.
No! Oh, thank God. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
We lived.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
We just have to stop moving. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna try to stop moving. Full on. No moving. No touching the buttons. No nothing. How long do you think it has to go with no movement? Or is this even an option? Is no movement even an option? Are the invisible walls here gone? No. They still exist. I think we gotta jump it again.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Rip paper. How's your day going, Nims? Pretty good.
Oh.
How about you?
No, what do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I tried to hold still, buddy, and nothing happened. I'm not just gonna wait there for an eternity. Sorry, narrator.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that? Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see. You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that.
I want the
can't you?
big pretty colors to come back. Third time's the charm? I think it might be.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Oh man, that guilt trip.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I might have skipped the dialogue thing there.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I
really did.
I still thought that was possible.
Dialogue? Dialogue? Dialogue?
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm going back.
that was so hard. Someone said something about a window.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Room 430. It's locked. Near desk 435.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
431 to 436 are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I just shut the computer off. Wait, what? Window at 434. 434 doesn't have a window, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, okay.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh. It won't let me back up. Oh, there we go. We just had to have momentum. There's no crouch and there's no jump. And what was the dialogue that we once got of somebody following us? Can I get around to the other side? I can't get around the barrier. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I need a hint. A tip? A trick? I need a NimsTv. Because we're on top of the desk. There is a crouch? It's control. Look at that. Who knew? Who knew? Well, look at this. Man, we could have humped something earlier. I'm disappointed in us. What?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yeah. you too will become quite unbearable.
Does it just loop? Does it just loop? I think that's it. I can't believe there was a crouch all along, guys. I screwed it up. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there a Rudy?
When Stanley came
As
to
an
a set of
option?
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Gotta go, Nims. When's your
Feeling a
next
wave
stream?
of
Probably
disbelief,
tomorrow night.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Have you backed
Hoping he'd
out
come
of the
into a
boss's
staircase,
room yet?
Stanley
No.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's check it out.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
couldn't.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
Did I miss it?
Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation. Until at last, he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I was trying to back out of the elevator. Wouldn't let me do that either. Huh. Huh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
427
nature
is me.
revealed. Each bore the number
Right there.
of an employee in the building.
Dude, that's my office.
Co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wonder what that one over there with red text is. Can we go over there and read it? 28. No. You said there's an Easter egg if you wait in this room?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So the elevator then comes down. We're supposed to step on it. But if we wait right here, you think we have to push the light bulb button again? Yeah, okay. This one doesn't do anything. Oh, after 5 minutes? No, we're not going to wait for 5 minutes. That's
No.
all right.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
It's hard to describe, Matt, what this game is about. You should have been here at the beginning. I think we'll take this video of this stream and we'll put it on YouTube. I don't think.
Reality of his past began to sink in. Stanley decided that this machinery would
I think we're gonna actually just take this entire replay and put this on
another
YouTube.
Human life. For he would dismantle
What do you guys
the
think?
controls once and for all.
Okay. System power off. Yeah? Do it. Okay, we push the button. Push the off button.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere
I have
moments
movement.
away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped
I'm a little
through the
scared that
open
we
door.
can.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I just got an achievement for beating the game. But it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end. What? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
What?
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What?
When Stanley came to a set of
Room
two open
430?
doors, he
Yeah, somebody says. I can't get into room
Even
430.
though Stanley's office was at... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Oh, what?
The door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50 clicks. Click. Click.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Do we keep clicking 430 or go to 417? Okay, we'll go to 417. Four one seven.
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. That's back here, right?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415? 415?
Now, back to door number 437.
Whee! 437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
We're getting the narrator all sorts of hyped up.
Now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416?
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that.
He's so hyped! The copy machine!
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think,
I'm proud of
only
us,
a few
too.
minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yo, I think that's going to be where we call it, not the stream. We're just going to call Stanley Parable. For the sake of the YouTube recording, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me.